See, what are the service generated, right? Suppose in the real time, see, same service you are not going to use in your application in the real time. Okay, so in the real time, if you generate any service, so that service will be used by some other applications. Okay, but in Pega personal edition, I cannot consume any free services. So what I'm going to do means, suppose any service URL given to you in the real time, how to consume in your application I want to show you. Because in the real time is what service you need to consume in your application, you'll be getting that URL path and all URL will be given to you. But in the personal edition, any there are no free services available. Up to 6 version it will be allowing, but after 6 version, from 7 version, they are not allowing any free services in the personal edition. Only in the real time is compulsory the licensed services only will be accepted in the real time, so that you will be getting in the real time what to use and all, which services to use and what are the URLs and all. But in the personal edition, what I'm going to do means, what are the service I created, how to use this service, same service how to use in the connectors I want to show you. But in the real time, what are the service created, the same we don't use in our application, this will be provided to other applications to consume this service. Okay, so but in our scenario, how to just use the service I want to show you, so I'm taking the same URL for this time. Okay, so the same URL which is service URL generated, the same URL I'm going to use in my connector. See, if I want to consume the services means we'll be using a widget, and for consuming always you'll use widget only. There is no manual process available, so compulsory we need to use the widget setup only we have to configure. Okay, so let's see, the next step is now how to consume the service. Okay? And for that purpose, I told right in the package rule you can copy the service URL which you generated. Suppose if you already close the widget means, again open the package rule from the records explorer, and from there you can copy the URL. Okay, now let's see. So see, don't copy the URL from the document, because this URL will be different, and in your system what the URL generated will be different. See, don't copy the same URL. This is the URL test URL, but in your system what is the URL generated, copy that in some notepad or somewhere and try to use that one. So the next one is connect soap. How to any type of service. So what type of service we are consuming, accordingly the same type of connector we have to use. Suppose if it is a soap service means we have to consume using connect soap we have to use. If it is a HTTP URL means connect rest will be there. Okay, like that what type of service we are going to use, accordingly the same type of connector we have to consume. Okay, so here connect soap also, when you're using the widget option, for request we'll be using XML stream, and for response we'll be using parse XML. But one thing is, manually we need to define some connector activity. So what is that connector activity, I'll tell you. So let's see now. So already I'm having this widget, right? So let's see how to use that widget. So go to these settings, under integration, connectors. See, in up to previous version, up to 8.1 version, this is working. Up to 8.1 version we can also use the connector and metadata. Actually that video also I'm going to post it in the coming classes, 1 or 2 days. By Monday I'll post some other video up to 8.1 what is the process, I'll tell you. And from 8.2 version or 8.3 version we are following this directly. We are using a widget called create soap integration, compulsory this only we have to use. But before versions we can also use the widget called connector and metadata. Okay, now compulsory we need to use this present widget. In the present versions, compulsory we need to use this widget called create soap integration. So click on that, the widget will open and directly fill the URL. So in my system, this is the URL generated. So copy the URL from your application, not this from the document. From the document, if you try, it will not work in your systems. So copy from your application. See here, some service name will be automatically loaded, and your service what are generated, that is in the form of method. Here it will be selected. Okay, so one service we are loading, right? So one method it is going to be selected automatically. So click on next button. The thing is, by default here separate rule sets will be created automatically, but we have to use existing. Other thing is, okay, before that in the starting, some random name, some default name it will take for the integration layer. You have to update the name manually. Okay, I'm giving something as C1. I'm giving. So okay, so give short names only, don't give any lengthy names. Okay, lengthy names if you give, it will maximum length if you include all the names, service names and every integration connector names and all, it will only take up to 25 characters max only it is going to take for the entire class. So give very short names like up to maximum 3 or 4 character names only you can enter. So then here other thing is, after giving some name here, update the rule set. See, every time for every integration a separate rule set will be created, but not mandatory to create a separate rule set. So what you need to do means use existing rule set only here. So select existing, and already then if you select existing you'll get your rule set name, and choose the version, your latest version you'll be getting, select that version and click on create. That's it. Automatically in the background that service it will consume, and all the classes and everything, classes, properties, mapping rules, everything will be generated in the backend. Okay, so it will be creating the classes and mapping rules, and you can close this. So if you want to see, so everything will be available under this int-c1, and some service class also will be created, and some source data source also like a table also will be created here. Okay. So click on close. Actually now how to map the data to the UI. So UI process, like when you consume any service in your application, first thing is we need to create one connector activity. So before that, try to open. See, this is this main integration class. Okay. So with along with the services, that all will be created under this. Okay. So under this class, all the data will be configured, properties, integration. Your connector rule will be automatically created. Connect soap, integration connect soap will be automatically created, or integration connect rule will be automatically created. Mapping rules will be created. So classes will be created. Like everything will be generated. Meanwhile now, so one connector activity we have to define to map the response to the UI page. See, in connector activity, integration and work class properties, to which UI design you are going to map the response, we have to configure that in the connector activity. So go to work layer. In work layer, we have to define this. So the next step is, after mapping, nothing to do in the integration class. Just you have to configure one activity. So give some name. So I'm creating one activity in the work layer you have to define. Okay, so map your integration class name. Go to Python classes. See, sometimes you may not get the integration. If you're not getting means, from the class explorer you can copy. If you're getting means, it's okay. Suppose in some cases you may not get the class in the down arrow. So in that case, in some versions it is not getting. So in that case, already I opened the class once, right? So this is the class actually. So select this, copy paste this class in the class option, and give some name as py temp data page. Okay, any name we can give, but give it as the py temp data page. Save it. Now in the steps tab, you need to configure the parameters. So go to steps tab. See, first method, okay, optional. This is page new is optional. Now coming to the second step, add property set. First of all, we need to map the request property. See, request property is nothing but win is the request property. So expand this one. See, click on dot option. So get win details dot request page dot, give it as win. You may not get in the down arrow sometimes. Give it as win. And right side, see, I want to map this prop response to the UI page I want to response. That is in the personal vehicle form, for example, already in personal vehicle same properties are there, right? So this time I'm selecting personal vehicle page. So personal vehicle page dot win. Then after this map the, when input is given, that is we are going to map the response to the response page, right? So but to fetch the data and all, so we need to add a method called connect soap method. So in order to read the service rule once again, use the method called connect soap. And in the connect soap parameters, I need to give the details. Okay, give the service details. Okay, so after that map the response. Now the next step is map the response. So use property set step. So now we need to fill all the parameters. So here left hand side, if you see, you get win response page dot. Okay, if you're not getting in the down arrow, win response dot. So like that we need to map all the response properties. Maybe in personal edition sometimes it may not work, don't worry, but this is the process of mapping. Now in the left hand side we need to map the UI properties. UI properties means primary dot, one second, primary dot personal vehicle page dot, then like that primary dot personal vehicle page dot brand model maker. So like that we need to map these all the parameters as a response. Okay, so now we need to map it in the UI design. We have to map. Okay, don't worry, but in the personal edition sometimes it will not work. So if it is not working, actually it is not reading proper in the personal edition, so don't worry, but it will work same thing if you try it in the previous versions. It is working, so don't worry. But this is how we will define the activity. Or I'll change the class. Actually I'll give the main class. One second, let me try with the main class. Only give the C1. Okay, this also not taking. Okay, don't worry, but this is the process we have to map. And after mapping this, see, coming to the UI design. Okay, but same steps if you do in 8.1 and all, it will work in the previous versions. Okay, and apart from that, one thing is in that activity we have to change the connector type to I rule connect, or maybe I closed that activity, right? And try to open once again. Give me 2 minutes. I'll fill these parameters, and if I change this to, sometimes it may work if I change the connection to rule hyphen connect. Give me 2 minutes. I'll map all the parameters and once again check. Okay, if you get the property means it will. Okay, but you have to configure the parameters in the same way in the real time. If you see the previous screenshots, it will be, it is working actually. If you see the same steps I did in 8.1 version, so there it is working perfectly, no issue. And here other thing is, after mapping all these request and response parameters, See, then we have to map it in the UI page. This activity we have to call it in the UI page in the application. See, to which UI we are going to map the response. So you can open your personal vehicle design, but if you able to save means save, otherwise if you're unable to save means don't worry guys, just follow the video or document. Then open personal vehicle section in the application, go to work layer. Okay, go to user interface. See, generally any response if on to map, actually here request properties win. So again in the response also I'm going to copy the same property, and after the win I'm going to add a button control, so that you can divide the request and response parameters here. And all the response parameters in the real time you can set it as a read only field, because when it is fetching the response from that particular service which you are accessing in your application, you can set all the fields as a read only fields. You can set it as read only always, like that do for the remaining fields also. What are all the response fields we have, set them as read only. And generally in the real time, that connector activity we need to call it in the button settings. See, connector activity in two ways we can call. See, if you are displaying the response in the same page means we need to call it in the button settings or input property settings. Suppose if you are displaying the response in the next page, see, next page if you want to call means in the advanced shapes there is one shape called integrator shape. So connector activities if you want to call in flow means there is one shape called integrator. Advanced category will be having one shape called integrator. See, when request if you want to give in one page and response if you want to display in the second page, then in the integrator in the flow level we have to call the connector activity. Suppose in the same UI page if you want to call means generally in the button settings we'll set event and action, create an action set, but here activity is not there but in the real time, so event type will be click. And in the refresh settings there you have to call the connector activity under display refresh. So here you need to call the connector activity. So actually this process and all in 8.1 practically also it will work, and verification execution also I can do up to 8.1 version. If you see the screenshots, and I'll share a video also for that. So the same thing if I do in 8.1 in personal edition, there it will be working guys. So I'll share that video also with you. So here if you see the what are the input if I give in these 8.1 screenshots, when input is given it will also fetch the response also. Okay, same thing if you do in the real time, it will be working. Don't worry if it is not working in the present version, don't worry, just follow the document or video for this, but configuration is same. So like that any service if you want to consume, only thing is additionally we need to define this connector activity, and in that connector activity what is the request parameter and response parameter and connect soap we have to configure. And in the same page if you are calling either in input property or in button settings you have to call connector activity. If you want to get the response in a separate page means we need to call it in the flow. Like this flow structure will be at the time input assignment, integrator shape settings you have to call connector activity. Then in the second page it is going to display the response if input is matching for the particular input. Okay, so or if it is in the same page means you have to either if button is not there means in input property also we can call, but at that time you have to choose the action event type as change you have to use guys. See, input button is there means you have to use the event type as click, but in the input property only also sometimes we can call activities. In that case the event type we have to set as change, on change or change we have to set. Okay, so that is about like that we can consume any services in your application by using connector widget. So when you're using connector widget, what are the steps is only use the widget and configure the steps. After that only thing is add this connector activity. But again for rest it will be process will be different, that I'll be showing in the Monday session I'll show. Okay, if you want to again consume rest services means few steps in the widget are different than soap connector. See, again in connector, again soap and rest services, if you are consuming, steps will be slightly different. So this is how we can consume the soap services. But creation of service means process is same, but when you are consuming, widget steps will be different for soap and rest. Okay, so rest service how to consume, I'll show it in the Monday session. And in application, some REST services means some third-party service URLs also we can use in personal edition. I'll show one example in the how to consume REST service in the next Monday session. We are going to understand. Okay, so go through this. I'll be meeting again on Monday, guys. Okay, so go through this and complete this. Though one two executions will not be working in the personal edition, but follow the steps practically. If you work the same thing in the real time, the steps are common. Okay, so do this and we'll continue on Monday again.